Have you ever found yourself stuck in that endless cycle of thoughts that lead you nowhere? That little voice in your head that keeps repeating the same what-ifs, leaving you anxious, exhausted, and sometimes even paralyzed? The truth is, overthinking might seem like a strength, but it's actually draining your peace and well-being. The good news? There's a way out of this mental trap, a way to learn how to manage your mind without letting it control you. Imagine your thoughts like clouds drifting across the sky, sometimes heavy and dark, sometimes light and airy, and that you get to choose where to place your attention. It's not about eliminating thinking altogether, but about redirecting that energy toward the present moment, to what truly matters without drowning in endless worries. Throughout this text, we'll explore strategies together that will help you find that freedom, cultivating more presence, detachment, and wisdom to take action within what's in your control. Get ready to break down old habits, face discomfort with courage, and shift your perspective on thinking and doing. After all, life happens in the now, and understanding that can be the first step to reclaiming your energy and living with more lightness and gratitude. Visualize overthinking as an outside force. Overthinking itself isn't the problem is believing that you are your thoughts. Try to see overthinking as an unwelcome visitor. It shows up, talks loudly, takes up space, but it's not you. Creating this little bit of distance opens up room for presence, because you start to realize thinking is an activity, not your identity. Picture your thoughts like cars passing down a busy street. You don't have to get into every one of them. You can simply watch, take a deep breath, and let them pass by. This shift in perspective is powerful. By seeing your thoughts as something external, you reduce the emotional weight and the feeling of being suffocated. It's like stepping out of a dark room and turning on the light. Suddenly, the monster seems smaller. Through this practice of mindful observation, you begin to cultivate the wisdom to choose where your attention is worth placing. This isn't alienation, it's mental autonomy. And yes, it takes effort, but it's the kind of effort that gives you freedom back. A helpful exercise is to name the overthinking as if it were a character. Here comes Jorge the catastrophizer again. This adds lightness and helps you practice detachment. The more you distance yourself from that repetitive, judgmental voice, the more space you create for real action. Recognizing the limits of certain thoughts and letting them go is a solid step toward living in the present. And like everything mental, this skill grows with practice, and a touch of humor never hurts. Redirect your mental energy to the present. When your mind starts drifting toward what-if scenarios and catastrophic visions, the solution isn't to push those thoughts away, it's to redirect your energy toward something concrete happening right now. Presence acts like an anchor holding you steady, keeping the storm of thoughts from pulling you under. It can be something simple: washing the dishes, smelling your coffee, or listening to the rain. Small actions that demand your full attention. This movement toward the present requires action, not impulsive reaction, but a conscious effort to engage with the moment. When you choose to focus on what's within your reach, your mind stops wearing itself out on runaway imagination. It's an invitation to practice gratitude for the now, even if it's just for the simple act of breathing. This practice may seem small, but it gradually changes how you experience your days, making them lighter and richer. If you notice yourself getting lost in thoughts, try the 5-4-3-2-1 exercise. Identify 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 you can feel, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste. Besides bringing you back to the present, this technique helps build a new relationship with mental discomfort. Over time, your mind learns that not everything needs to spark an endless worry cycle, and you gain more space to act wisely. Embrace impermanence and practice detachment. Understanding that everything in life is temporary, including your thoughts, invites you to let go of what's holding you back. Impermanence might feel scary, but it's actually one of the greatest gifts. We have to learn how to live more lightly. Picture your thoughts as leaves floating down a river. Some you can grab and use, others you simply let pass. This practice of detachment is crucial so you don't drown in worries that aren't worth your energy. When you embrace the idea of constant change, it becomes easier to accept the limits of control. You realize there's no point in holding on to what's already on its way out. It's like trying to hold sand in your hands. The harder you squeeze, the more slips away. This understanding brings a fresh perspective on discomfort. It's temporary, a signal that something's happening, not an enemy to fight at all costs. To cultivate this mindset, Try meditating by visualizing your thoughts as clouds dissolving in the sky, or write down your worries and then tear up the paper. These simple acts help materialize detachment and acceptance of impermanence, making room for presence and wisdom. Remember, letting go isn't giving up. It's choosing where to invest your effort and energy more wisely. Create a daily worry time. A surprisingly effective strategy to tame overthinking is to set aside a specific time each day to worry. Yes, you read that right. This worry time acts as a designated space for your mind to release what's trapped, without letting it invade every moment of your day. Think of it like a happy hour for your worries. When the time comes, you sit down with them, look them in the eye, and then let them go on their way. Outside of this time, it takes practice to teach your mind that worry hour is over. That's where action and the practice of presence come in as powerful allies. If a worry pops up outside the designated time, jot it down on a piece of paper, promising yourself you'll think about it only during the next scheduled session. This helps ease immediate discomfort and keeps your focus on what truly matters right now. This technique requires discipline, but it can transform how you deal with anxiety. Over time, your mind begins to see worries not as constant threats, but as temporary visitors who need a set time to show up. This shift brings more lightness, gratitude, and greater control over your thoughts, paving the way to act with more clarity and wisdom. Turn overwhelming thoughts into concrete actions. When your mind throws an avalanche of worries at you, the key is to break that tsunami into small waves you can ride. Translating what feels overwhelming into practical steps is a way to regain control and reduce anxiety. For example, if you're worried about a project at work, instead of spinning the what-if cycle in your head, make a list of simple tasks you can tackle today. Action creates momentum, and momentum brings clarity. This transformation takes effort but offers a liberating feeling. After all, worrying without acting is like running on a treadmill. You get tired but don't go anywhere. Focusing on actions helps you practice presence and conscious choice, directing your energy toward what's within your reach. It helps you overcome paralysis caused by fear and builds confidence at your own pace, honoring your limits. Plus, breaking problems into smaller steps lets you celebrate little victories, a powerful ingredient to boost motivation and gratitude. And remember, acting doesn't mean having everything under control, but putting your best effort into what depends on you, letting the rest follow its course. This way, you develop a healthier and wiser relationship with your thoughts and emotions. Shift focus from scarcity to gratitude. When your mind keeps hammering on what's missing, the feeling of emptiness grows, and so does anxiety. That's why shifting focus from scarcity to gratitude is like swapping foggy glasses for clear lenses. Practicing gratitude daily helps you see the good already present in your life, even if it seems small or simple. This appreciative outlook completely changes your perspective, bringing more lightness and presence. An easy habit to start is listing, either mentally or on paper, 3 things you're grateful for before going to sleep. It could be a delicious coffee, an honest conversation, or even an uncomfortable moment that taught you something. This exercise strengthens the wisdom that life is made of ups and downs, and that effort is worthwhile because there are already wins to celebrate. Gratitude isn't about ignoring problems, it's about recognizing the positive alongside the challenges. Moreover, gratitude helps tame overthinking by channeling your energy toward building rather than breaking. It's a powerful remedy for mental discomfort that renews your strength to act with calm and focus. Gradually, you realize that what once seemed like a limitation may actually be an invitation to see more clearly and appreciate every step of the journey. Focus on effort, not outcome. One of the traps of overthinking is trying to control everything, especially results. But the truth is, you only have control over your actions, not what comes next. Focusing on effort, on honest and dedicated work, is a wise way to handle this limitation. It's like planting a seed and caring for it, without panicking over whether the flower will bloom tomorrow or in a month. When you focus on effort, you learn to value the process and understand that every step taken with attention and presence matters more than any immediate result. This shift brings calm and reduces the discomfort from anxiety about not having things perfect or on time. It's an invitation to trust your ability, even when external answers take time to appear. Also, valuing effort strengthens your motivation and gratitude for small daily achievements. What truly matters is what you do now, with sincerity and commitment, not what might happen later. And lays. This is a constant exercise in presence, action, and detachment, a powerful trio for living with more wisdom and lightness. Practice voluntary discomfort. Facing discomfort on purpose might sound a bit crazy at first, but this practice is real training for the mind. When you expose yourself, even in controlled ways, to small, uncomfortable situations, you build your capacity to handle fear and overthinking. It's like soul gym, every rep helps increase your resilience and wisdom. For example, try starting your day with a cold shower, or walk a little faster than usual. These small voluntary discomforts teach your mind to tolerate unease without panicking or immediately fleeing. Anxiety loses strength because you already know you can handle what seems hard. Plus, this practice brings a sense of gratitude for the comfort you have, even if sometimes you forget to notice it. Over time, this exercise creates a kind of mental immunity, giving more room for presence and conscious action. You realize discomfort isn't the end of the world, but a natural and necessary part of growth. This understanding is one of the most effective ways to let go of the need for absolute control, building a lighter and more meaningful life. Reflect on life's transience. Remembering that life is brief may sound cliché, but this reflection brings incredible strength to release the weight of worries that cling to you. When you internalize impermanence, you understand that everything, good moments, bad moments, thoughts, and emotions, is always in flux. This opens space to value the present and practice detachment more naturally. Knowing nothing lasts forever helps reduce fear of the unknown and uncertain future. You start to see discomfort as part of the process, not the final destination. Like a river that flows and is never the same, your life moves forward, and your mind can learn to flow with the current instead of fighting it. This shift in perspective is an invitation to wisdom and gratitude for the now. A practical way to nurture this reflection is to set aside a few minutes daily to meditate on transience, or even journal about what recent changes in life have taught you. These practices bring deeper presence and greater acceptance of human limitations, helping to break the cycle of overthinking and live with more lightness and meaning. Seek wisdom outside yourself. Sometimes the overthinking mind closes off and gets lost in endless loops. To break this cycle, seeking external perspectives is essential. Talking with friends, mentors, or diving into good books broadens your horizon and brings that kind of wisdom that only comes from connecting with the world. For example, reading classics like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius or The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle can give a huge boost to your practice of presence. Listening to other voices doesn't mean giving up your experience, but enriching your view and gaining a breath of fresh air from the prison of isolated thinking. Often, simply sharing your worries with someone reduces their weight and helps create a path to action. It's a practice of detaching from your own limited viewpoint, opening space for transformation. And this quest for learning doesn't have to be grand. It can be a casual chat, a podcast on your way to work, or an inspiring quote that pops up at the right time. The important thing is to stay open to learning, accept your limits, and be grateful for the external sources that strengthen your mind and expand your ability to live in the present. Now that you know powerful strategies to deal with overthinking, here's an invitation to put them into practice. What would your life be like if, instead of getting lost in what-ifs, you chose to be present and act with wisdom? What small steps can you take today to start transforming your relationship with your mind and anxiety? Reflect on this and realize that effort and detachment are allies that can change the course of your story. Remember, this journey is made of attempts and lessons. It won't always be easy, but gratitude for small wins will make everything lighter. And to keep receiving content that helps you grow and live better, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any tips to strengthen your mind and live with more presence and purpose. So, are you ready to start this transformation? The first step is in your hands.